A very good morning, everybody. We are on day number 9, just a couple of years away from the court. This is day number 9. Fridays like this, court starts sitting at 9:30. Is a short day at the office for the court. So yesterday, prosecution witness number 3 concluded is evidence. So we don't know who the Crown has lined up again as their witness. So as the trial continues, trial of former Minister of Petroleum right now in front of the court. Yeah, trial of the former Minister of Petroleum, Diezani, Alison Madweke, and 2 others. Her brother, Bishop Doye Agame, and Olatimbo Ahide. All 3 are standing trial in this court, sort of Crown Court. It is a familiar place. Nigerian governors have been here before. I'm not going to mention their names at this time. And so this is a familiar terrain for Nigerian public officials. But right now, the current person on trial is a former Minister of Petroleum. I probably know she will have made her way into the court. It's a rainy morning here in London, and quite traffic has not been the best of situations. I was held up there on the central line. Took a long time before we got moving, but I am very sure that the former Minister of Petroleum, Diezani, Alison Madweke, should be inside the courtroom now. Court we take off in just 20 minutes. It's 9:10 London time. So trial enters day number 8. Did I say day number 9, week 2? And as I've mentioned in previous posts, we're going all the way to 12 weeks minimum, bearing any postponement. But remember, 2 days ago, on Tuesday, we had that adjournment. And like I said, I cannot tell you the reason because of reporting restrictions. So we lost a day on Tuesday. Court came back on Wednesday. The Crown Prosecutor witness continued his evidence, Mr. Tony McCoy, and you had me report of how he said that they were chasing Kola Aluko at a particular point, and Diezani herself, things they had ordered from Harrods, they were not being collected. He had to put them in storage for them. They were under financial pressure, and at a point, Bureau of Construction, he said, I had to call it a day. The prosecutor asked him, what do you mean you had to call it a day? He said, yes, I had to go into public, that company had to go into voluntary liquidation because the charges, the money that Kola Loko and Diezani and the people were owing them were too much for a small company. So that company went under, Bureau Construction Company went under, before he put up another company, Bureau Refurbishment, and they still continue their relationship with Kola Loko, Diezani, Gideon Makore, and co. So it was quite a reveal on Tuesday. And also, as I mentioned 2 days ago, in his evidence, he said, look, Kola Loko at a particular point, he was no longer interested. He was referring to Diezani as a mutual friend, or as the client. The time they were chasing them, that Bureau was chasing them for money, he was saying, wait, until I get a word from the client. I've not been able to get the client. So this was somebody who before they were going, they introduced to the construction company, but when things went south between them around 2014, Gideon Loko was no longer interested, in carrying their financial body. So, and that ripple effect affected Bear Rock. He said at a particular point they were chasing payments. He went to one Hyde Park, where it is one of the most expensive places in Europe. He said he went there and was wondering, how come this man can't pay me? This is a flat. This is a place where an average flat is over 20 million. and then you are saying you cannot pay me, but Kola Luko, make some payment later. So we are back here in court this morning. I'll give you an update later in the days. That's where we are. Day number 9, week 2. Then let's go. I'll see you guys later.